11. Congress grills State Department officials while the White House continues to dodge the issue. Why the dodge? Cover-up or incompetence?
Initial assessments in the immediate aftermath of the attack in Benghazi were made, and there was a government-wide assessment that was the foundation of what Ambassador Rice said, what I said, and what others said. It is what we knew based on the limited facts we had available to us at that time.
Let's understand, there was no protest, and cameras reveal that the State Department, the FBI, and others have that video. Speaking of video, the one in California, made by an individual and out there for a period of time, also clearly had no direct effect on this attack.
When I was in Libya, good part of the day, never once did a person ever mention a video. Never. And I am fascinated to know and understand from the President of the United States, from the Secretary of State, and from the Ambassador to the United Nations, how they can justify that this video caused this attack. It was a terrorist attack.
This is a huge story because you have the State Department now basically saying that Obama was lying, that Jake Harvey was lying, that Hillary Clinton was lying, that Susan Rice was lying, and anybody else from the regime who went out and tried to blame what happened to our ambassador at Benghazi and in Cairo on this video, but lying big time.
President Obama, shortly after the attack, told 60 Minutes that regarding Mitt Romney's response to the attacks, specifically in Egypt, the president said that Romney has a tendency to shoot first and aim later. Given the fact that so much was made out of the video that apparently had absolutely nothing to do with the attack of Benghazi, that there wasn't even a protest outside the Benghazi post, didn't President Obama shoot first and aim later?
First of all, Jake, I think your assessment about what we know now is not complete. This is a moving picture. And people who, on the night of an attack or the day after, claim they know all the facts, without making clear that what we know is based on preliminary information, aren't being straight. And they're, in some cases, trying to politicize a situation that should not be politicized.
Given the information that you saw on TV and your knowledge of the situation in Libya, did you come to a conclusion as to whether this was a terrorist act or whether it was based on some film that was on the internet? Lieutenant Colonel Wood.
It was instantly recognizable to me as a terrorist attack.
Is Al-Qaeda more or less established in Libya since our involvement?
Yes, sir. Their presence grows every day. They are certainly more established than we are.
Where the heck were we before 9/11? This 9/11. Why weren't we questioning it then? My goodness. 230 security incidents in Libya between June of 2011 and July of 2012. Of those attacks, 48 took place in Benghazi, 2 of which at the U.S. diplomatic compound and the scene of the September 11, 2012 terrorist attacks. And we are still saying, I think it's the result of the video that was on YouTube. I'm going to tell you, this thing smells. From every single way, listen, it waddles like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Don't take my word for it, Mr. Chairman. Let's look at what Ambassador Rice herself said. Our current assessment is that what happened in Benghazi was, quote, in fact, initially a spontaneous reaction. I don't know what the phrase in fact means in diplomatic legalese. I can tell you what it means in a courtroom, Mr. Chairman. It means it's a fact.
So did today's hearing answer the burning question, why can't the Obama administration get its story straight? Former UN Ambassador John Bolton joins us. Good evening, sir. So, are you satisfied?
No, look, the administration made up its mind what the reality was, whether it was engaged in a cover-up, whether it was ideology that dominated the view, whether it was incompetence. At this point, we don't know the answer to that, but we know one thing unmistakably. They were flatly wrong. They got it wrong before the attack, they got it wrong after the attack, they're getting it wrong now. So we can psychoanalyze them all we want, but this is a demonstration. These people cannot be left in the same room with our national security.
You say they're getting it wrong, they've got it wrong, but it's actually more than that. Why are they still doing that? Why are they still trying to sell it that? And like Jay Carney today, in which, in the statements he made today, initial assessment and the immediate aftermath of the attack in Benghazi were made, and it was a government-wide assessment that the foundation of what Ambassador Rice said, which was the video. That is just patently wrong, because last night the State Department said in a conference call that there was nothing unusual, no protests that day. So why Jay Carney is still pushing that today? And if you wonder if that's just the State Department saying that last night, you go to the testimony today and you find out from the testimony today by the State Department that they were having conversations with the embassy that night in real time. So for what is Jay Carney, why is he still doing this?
Because I think it's the president's view that it was the video. That's why I think it's ideology. Look, I understand people say the administration's lying, this is a cover-up. For the sake of our country, I wish I could believe it were a cover-up, because then that would at least acknowledge they understood reality. It was inconvenient, they were trying to obscure it. I fear it's more the ideology.
But where does even, you've got an ideology has to sort of stem from some sort of facts. There is absolutely no facts to suggest that it had anything to do with the video in the State Department. They say that there was at 8:30 at night when the ambassador